本当にすまなかった。
The following day, during my morning jog with Nijoin-san. After we finish, she lowers her head and apologizes. Look, don't beat yourself up over it. Nobody's mad at you. I mean, you didn't hurt anyone, so what's the problem?
それはそうかもしれないが、だからといって自分の失敗を反省しないわけにはいかない。丁寧なコントロールをできるようになりたいと心がけてはいるんだ。
Good thing I was around Ayase when that happened, you know? I mean... Oh, are you having problems with control? What's your link value, out of curiosity? Given how wide of an area your ability can affect, I imagine it's fairly high.
私のリンク値は186前後だ。
Oh. Dang, that is pretty high. More than 3 times mine. I'm only 56.
数値が高くても扱いきれなければ意味がない。そういえば有原くんの能力は身体強化だったな。
Yeah. Yep.
その割には、いや、なんでもない。
It's all good. I know my link value is pretty low for someone with a physical enhancement ability. Mayu-senpai already told me. She also told me that it could have been because my efficiency at using it is higher than the normal. But you don't need to know that one. You don't need to know that.
すまない。だがそれはしっかりコントロールできているということだろ。
Maybe. You don't need to know that.
私からすればそっちの方が羨ましいぞ。
Well, it didn't come easy. It took a lot of time and a lot of embarrassing blunders that were much more than what you did. Just be patient. I'm sure you'll master your ability in no time if you keep practicing.
だといいんだが。ちなみに有原くん、君はそんなに能力を使う機会があったのか？
You don't need to worry about that.
みだりにアストラル能力を使うのはあまり褒められたことじゃないが、まさか悪用していたわけじゃないだろうな。
I mean, it's not just his secret job. It's also his troubled childhood. Oh, no, I'd never do that. Crap, I said too much. SFD talk is the biggest thing I need to avoid, so I still shouldn't tell her I used to get into scuffles a lot as a kid. But I still shouldn't tell her. Jesus. With my physical enhancement, I can carry super heavy things pretty easily, so I ended up doing various things for people. Yeah. I'd appreciate if you could keep that to yourself, though.
冗談だ。まあ子供の頃の話だしな。
That sweet smile is like a needle piercing through my chest. I feel so guilty for lying to her. Sorry, Nijoin-san. Thanks.
それにしても手伝いということは誰かのために能力を使っていたということか？
I guess, technically, yeah. It was kind of like a part-time job. Not that working for people is that great. They work me like a dog.
そういう言い方をしないでほしい。私にとっては憧れなんだ。
Oh, really?
そうなんだが。顔が熱い。恥ずかしいな。こういう憧れを語るなんて。
Nothing wrong with that. Having goals is a good thing. Since you have a water manipulation ability, you'd be doing some job relating to water. And so I guess something like disaster relief.
そうだな。だが人命救助のためでも能力の使用を仕事として使うのはまだまだ難しいだろうな。
Yeah, you want to make sure you're not the one causing the disaster. Yeah, am I right?
それに洪水ともなるとな。いくらリンク値が高くても操作しきれない可能性も高い。静止した水と流れている水とでは扱い方が全く違うんだ。
Oh, sorry. I guess forces of nature are a bit much for one person to control.
それにできれば私はもっと身近なところで役に立ちたい。例えば子供を笑顔にさせられるような。なんだ、私はそんなに変なことを言っただろうか。
Oh, no. I just figured you must already have a job, in mind. Your reply seemed pretty specific.
それは、
No?
違うわけではないんだが。
If you don't want to say it, that's fine.
いや、そういうわけじゃない。子供の頃の憧れをずっと持っていることを笑われるんじゃないかと気になってな。
I won't laugh, I promise.
有原くんがそう言ってくれるなら。だがそんなに大した話じゃないんだぞ。私は子供の頃からアストラル能力に目覚めていたんだ。そのせいで嬉しくない思いをすることも多かった。あの日もそうだ。私は一人で街に出たんだ。まだ10歳にも満たない子供の自分だ。ひょんなことからアストラル使いであることが露見してしまってな。3人の男に囲まれてしまったんだ。
Oh, you too? I mean... Wait, they didn't attack you, did they?
いや、さすがに子供相手にそこまで直接的なことはしなかった。だが見知らぬ大人に悪意を持って囲まれて私は恐怖していた。
俺はな、アストラル使いが嫌いなんだよ。
Oh, wait. I made the joke without putting two and two together that she was literally the girl that he saved from the gun. Oh my god. Don't mind me.
アストラル使いがこんなところで何してんだよ。お前は一人か？こんな危険なやつを放っておくとか、親の顔を見てみたいぜ。
私は不安と恐怖に押しつぶされそうで泣き出す寸前だった。そんな時だ、私を助けてくれた男の子がいたん
Yep.
だ。
Now, what the real question is, does Satoru recognize that the story she's talking about sounds exactly like something that happened in his past?
おい、やめてやれよ。
Bro, how he's got the same hairstyle. He's had the same hairstyle since he was a kid.
なんだ？
Wait, what?
どうかしたか？
Wait, he does? No, never mind. Continue. Hold on a second. Does he realize? This story seems really familiar.
そうか。とにかくまあ、泣きそうな私を男の子が助けてくれたんだ。
その子が何したんだ？アストラル使いってだけで絡んでんじゃねえよ、おっさん。
Man, this flashback makes me sound so much better than the last time I recalled this in this memory.
こっちもガキじゃねえか。お前もアストラル使いか？生意気な口聞きやがって。
Yeah, she mustn't have remembered what I sounded like back then.
アストラル使いをかばうなんてお仲間に決まってるだろ。
大の大人が女の子を取り囲むとか情けないと思わないのかよ。
こんなクソ生意気なガキが。
It's weird. This story sounds exactly like a certain episode out of my past life, except I sound a lot hotter back then. in this recalling of the flashback.
大の大人が女の子を取り囲むとか情けないと思わないのかよ。
Sound a lot less nasally.
こんなクソ生意気なガキが。嫌いなんだよ、アストラル使いは。変な力使いやがって。うっす気味悪い。痛い目見ないうちにどっか行きやがれ。二度とここら辺をうろつくんじゃねえ。
嫌ならお前がどっか行け。
んだと？図に乗るのもいい加減にしろよ。
図に乗ってんのはどっちだよ、おっさん。
このクソガキ、教育してやる。何しやがる。
先に手を出そうとしたのはそっちだろ。
このアストラル使いがただで済むと思うのよ。
そっちこ
そうして男の子は自分の身を挺して私を守ってくれたんだ。
I mean, it wasn't even close. It was like a completely one-sided battle. I didn't realize a boy of his age could take out three adults single-handedly. Come on, Satoru, just... Holy shit, that boy was 100% me! I don't know why the text is cut off on the top, but... A little off the top, you know.
あの子も大人相手に怖かったに違いない。それでも果敢にあの男の子は私を守ろうと頑張ってくれたんだ。
Don't worry about it. Oh, did he now?
あの時私は泣くことしかできなかった。せっかく助けてもらったのにお礼を言うこともできなくてな。
What happened to the boy after that?
詳しいことはわからない。すぐに警察が来て連れて行かれたからな。ただ少なくともその場では大人3人と喧嘩をしても一方的にやられることはなかった。
Yeah, but...
あ、そうだな。子供が大人と喧嘩できるなんてきっと能力を使っていたんだろう。
As long as she doesn't realize that the ability he was using is the same as his. She probably will, but, you know.
喧嘩に能力を用いるなんて良くないことだと思う。あの男の子だってそれはちゃんと分かっていたはずだ。
No, he wasn't. I promise. He was just a dumb little troublemaker.
それでも勇気を振り絞り私のことを助けてくれた。きっと悪を見逃せなかったんだろう。素晴らしい行動だ。
Maybe he was just venting his anger. Don't know if that's true, but it's just a thought that came to mind.
何を言ってるんだ。そんなわけがないだろう。
Of course, absolutely absurd.
いくら有原君でもあの男の子をバカにすると怒るぞ。
Sorry.
いや、私の方こそすまない。ちょっときつく言い過ぎた。私にとってあの男の子は憧れなんだ。相手が自分より強大であろうと自分の正義を貫いた。能力を使うことを恐れていなかった。あの時の男の子はそうまるで白馬に乗った将軍様のようだった。
Nah. Look, I already said her recalling of the story is a lot more favorable. Well, I guess I was a bit of a ruffian back then. Isn't the metaphor supposed to be a prince on a white horse?
王子様なんて目覚めのキスをするだけじゃないか。それに比べて将軍様はみんなのために問題を解決してくれるんだぞ。
Pretty sure that's just your bias talking.
偏見じゃない。将軍様も鬼金もみんな偉い人が自ら動いて解決をしている。いや、その話はいいんだ。ともかく私はあの子の行動に感動した。きっとこの先一生忘れることはない。
Stop. Please stop. My childhood days are cringy enough without her worshipping and idealizing the dumbass kid I was like some superhero. Brat. Fucking hell. Why is this so embarrassing? I already put my past behind me, so why does it have to get exposed in this form?
目を閉じれば今でもはっきりと思い出せる。
Yeah, good thing he doesn't say his name. Please. Please open your eyes. Stop making that blissful face. I'm not by any means trying to belittle Nijo-san. I'll say she's wrong. Wanting to contribute something to society, wanting your ability to be something that benefits others. Those are both very respectable goals. Heck, I can even relate to her quite a bit in that regard. But that look of pure adoration in her eyes, it's just too much. It's not just embarrassment, it physically pains me.
私もな、誰かを感動させられる人間になりたい。アストラル使いの自分にしか与えられない感動を与えたいんだ。あの時の男の子のように。
Oh, cool.
もちろん命を助けることは大事だと思う。だが災害以外にも困ってる人はたくさんいる。私はそういう人を救いたい。笑顔にしてあげたいと思っている。
Okay.
そのためにも能力の制御をしっかり学ばないといけない。
Is that why you came to Kika Academy?
それもある。他にも私の父が吉科学院の設立に協力をしていてな。せっかくだからどうだと勧められたんだ。
Oh, wow. He was actually a donor? That's pretty big stuff. Maybe Nijo-san comes from a really prestigious family.
この学院で学ぶことは多い。それでもやっぱりコントロールはまだまだだ。特に私の能力は使い勝手のいいものじゃないからな。
Yeah, not being able to use it without water is a pretty big limitation.
いや、一応空気中の水分を液体として取り出すことができるぞ。
That's right. I recall her mentioning that the night I encountered her with the security guards. Plus, she also attacked me with water bullets that I'm assuming she created using that method.
そうだ、有原くん、私を指導してくれないか？
With what?
もちろん、アストラル能力のコントロールについてだ。
That might not be a good idea. You might pick up that I was the person who was who you were shooting at when I was invisible.
ダメだろうか。
No, I mean, I'd be more than glad. But the thing is, no two people use their abilities in the same way. Since I'm all pretty much intuition for the most part, I'm not sure my explanations would help you any. It would be It would be the same if, for anyone else. Like, just imagine trying to explain to someone how to move their arms and legs. You can't. For us astrals, using our ability is essentially the same.
それはもちろん分かっているとも。この学院でも能力の制御に関しては本人次第で明確な手法があるわけじゃないからな。だが一度私の能力の使い方を見て自分と違うところや何か感じたことを言ってくれればいい。もちろん何も思わなければ仕方ない。そのまま言ってくれればそれでいいんだ。ダメだろうか。
And I just can't bring myself to say no to her. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I feel guilty about lying to her. Or maybe it's because her desire to improve is so pure-hearted that I want to help her. Okay. I'm not sure I'll be able to do anything, but I'll at least try.
ありがとう、有原くん。
The smile on her face is so pure. She's overjoyed that I said yes. Are you sure about this, though?
何がだ？
I mean, I know we're on campus and all, but are you allowed to use your ability out here? Ijuin's son isn't some stick in the mud who fusses about rules and regulations 24/7. Still though, she's not one to knowingly disobey them. The face she's making is the kind a kid would make when you just told them they did something wrong. She looks right then left. And finally, still with that frown on her face, she looks back at me.
一回だけだから。他のみんなには内緒。二人だけの秘密。
Oh, she's a rebel.
ということではダメ？
Disobeying the rules. Sure, I won't tell anyone.
そうか。ありがとう、有原くん。じゃあ、誰にも見られないうちに。
I'm ready when you are.
少し離れていてくれ。今は傘がないから余計に見られるかもしれない。
Alright.
では、行くぞ。
She closes her eyes and focuses. Shortly afterwards, I feel a strange sensation overcome me. I don't know if what I'm feeling is the astrons in the air she's linking with, or the physical change in the air's moisture levels. Either way, this is a really large area of effect. I guess that's only possible because her link value is so high. Water soon begins forming around her hands. It's jostling around in the air, almost like it's in an invisible container. Slowly, the volume of water increases. This must be her ability. She's extracting moisture from the air, just like she mentioned. Yeah, it's gotten a little damp. Feels like I'm in the bathroom after taking a shower or a sauna or something. I can even feel the moisture in my skin now. Did she increase the humidity levels in the area around her? She's drawing moisture out of the surrounding air. But in order to get as much water as possible, she pulls moisture from further away closer to her, which causes the humidity to increase. I guess it's only natural. Man, this is amazing. She continues to increase the size of her water clump without much issue. No instability so far as I can see. I didn't see any control-related issue. Where's the problem at?
こうして取り出し、集めた水を操作しようとすると、どうにもうまくいかなくて。
How so?
プールの時のように細かい操作ができない。無駄に水を飛び散らせてしまう。少量だったりごくたまにならそういう失敗がない時もあるんだ。
Well, that's normal. Control gets a lot harder the larger the area you're working with. Okay, try this. Take the water and lightly hit the that tree over there.
ああ、わかった。やってみよう。
The water clump floating in the air suddenly shoots straight at the tree. Not all of it, though. Not all of it, though. Only about 70%. The remaining 30% scatters every which way, kind of like it exploded. Oh my god. And the one who bears the brunt of the blast is, of course, Nijuin-san.
やはりうまくいかなかったか。
I wonder what's gonna happen. Is this what always happens?
失敗するときはだいたいこんな感じだ。冷たい。だから
Yeah.
冗談交じりに加湿器とかスプリンクラーなんて呼ばれる始末でな。
So I see she wears blue, huh?
いつかこの汚名を返上したいと思っている。
You're extracting water from the air, though, so I feel like it should be. Wait, what? You're extracting water from the air, though, so I feel like it should be dehumidifier, if anything. It should be a dehumidifier. I am not quite sure what he's trying to say.
そういう問題ではないぞ。
Yeah, sorry, that was completely irrelevant. That's the last tactless comment I'll make.
有原君はやっぱり意地悪だ。
I mean, yeah, I get that he was saying that she's the dehumidifier.
それでどうだろう。今ので何か分かっただろうか。
Let me... wait, give me a sec. I turn the other direction reflexively. But it's too late. I've already seen enough.
どうした？顔を背けてどこを見ているんだ？
Your shirt.
何がだ？
You got all wet, so, it's see-through. Nijuin-san quickly covers her chest area. I could have used my ability to permanently store the image into my visual memory, but I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to. Because the sight of her pastel-colored bra and her wet shirt sticking to her skin, it's all seared into my mind.
見た。その透けている下のブラ見たのか？
No. Totally did not.
本当か？なんだか言葉がおかしいぞ。
I'm telling the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I didn't see any blue bra or anything. I mean...
そうか。よかった。私の真っ赤なブラは見られてなかったか。
Hang on. I ain't tripping, right? Ah, no! Red, isn't it pastel blue?
やっぱり見てるじゃないか。
I was hoping I could be quick. I could just keep quiet and we'd move on and forget about this. But yeah, so much for that. That's what I get for trying to be tactful and considerate. It always backfires. Sorry. That's why you have to be honest, Satoru. I have no excuse. But I wasn't trying to perv on you or anything. It was just it was all an accident. But it's a really it's a very pretty bra, and I honestly think it looks good on you, Nijo-in-san.
そんなこと聞いていないから。
Yeah, that's a really good point.
だいたい男の子が女の子の下着を褒めるのはそういう時のマンネリ化防止だと書いてあった。
Hang on, what?
いきなりマンネリ化の防止だなんて私はどうするつもりだ。
Nothing, I swear. It was an innocent compliment. As innocent as complimenting the color of her bra can be. You seriously need to stop believing everything you read in magazines.
そうなのか。
I'm sorry for all the confusion.
いや、これは私の不注意だ。濡れればこうなることは自明の理だったんだから。私の方こそ本当にすまない。でもまさか見られてしまうなんて。
You should go get changed.
そうだな。こんな姿のままでは落ち着いて話もできないからな。私は着替えに戻るから、この話はまた後で。
Sure. I wish I had a jacket or something to give you, but all I've got is this shirt. I guess you can still have it if you want, though.
いや、その必要はない。裸になられては困る。
I'm a dude. Not wearing a shirt is no big deal.
それで寮内を歩き回られると風紀も乱れる。だからそこまでしてくれなくていい。とにかく私は戻る。このことは忘れてくれ。今後話題にしないでほしい。思い出すだけでも恥ずかしいから。頼む。
Don't worry, Nijo-in-san. I saw nothing. Not the color, not the size, nothing.
形まで見られたのか。
Ah!
今日の下着はそういう下着じゃないのに。
Do you have underwear that's more, racy?
違う。勝負下着とかそんな。
Sure.
私そんないやらしい子じゃないから。
Oh, well, there she goes. Nijo-in-san runs off blushing. I'm really becoming convinced that she's a closet pervert. But yeah, I'd better just forget this ever happened. Mentioning it around her again would be bad. And if I act embarrassed around her, that'll only serve to remind her. I gotta act normal.
昨日は本当にすまなかった。
いや、迷惑をかけてたのはこっちだから。
俺たちの方こそ本当にすまなかった。最初に注意された時に止めるべきだった。
だからといってあれはやりすぎたと思う。だからすまない。
Yeah, they died too. They had to be revived. You needed to use 2 Phoenix Downs on them.
俺たちも悪かったよ。本当にごめん。
もう二度と二条院さんを怒らせないように気をつけるよ。有原も悪かったな。被害に遭っただろう。
すまん。
Nah, you're fine. I just got splashed a bit. The biggest victim of this ordeal is probably Mitsukasa-san, given what happened with her pads. A good thing I was there. That's a secret, though.
そういえば、ちゃんと話すのは初めてだな。俺は相模大使だ。そんでこっちが
高階鉄心。今更だけどよろしくな。
So you're important enough to have names, but not important enough to have your own model, your own sprite. All good. You already know who I am, but I'm Arihara Satoru. Pleasure to meet you guys. Nijo-in-san and Kyohei are taking such good care of me that I've hardly ever talked to talked with my other classmates. This is a good chance for me to get to know them, so I chat up the two guys for a bit longer. Nijuin-san, on the other hand, is off to the side, watching us with a pleasant smile on her face. Why are you smiling?
いや、有原くんがクラスに馴染んでいるのはいいことだと思ってな。
Sounds like something my mom would say. Oh, right. I wanted to talk to you about this morning, if you don't mind. Oh. Oh, right. I wanted to continue our talk from this morning, if you don't mind.
今朝のあれは違うんだ。別に勝負する予定も相手もいるわけではないんだ。ただ一組くらいは大人っぽい下着を念のため持っておいた方が安心と聞いたことがあって、だから興味本位で一組だけ。でもタンスの肥やしになっていてたな。だから本当に違うのです。
Yeah, me too. I guess guys sometimes do buy condoms even if they don't anticipate needing them anytime soon. It's purely for curiosity's sake. And hey, girls are interested in sex too. More so than you'd imagine. But yeah, let's get away from this subject.
その下着なら男の子に見られていいと言いたいわけでもないんだぞ。
Yeah, I know. Just take a deep breath and calm down. This morning, I meant that stuff about your astral ability. That's what we were originally talking about anyways.
そうだったな。その話か。びっくりした。
Yeah, don't worry. That talk can happen in the bedroom. I need a bit of clarification on one thing, if you don't mind. Is the link value you gave me for land or underwater?
私はどちらでも変わらない。
Gotcha. I figured if it was, then maybe the change in perception when in water versus outside could be the underlying issue. But I guess we can scratch that off the list. I recall her being able to create extremely fine water threads that one time, and she was even able to run them through the air, no issue. For her to be able to do that, yet supposedly not be able to control her ability, something doesn't add up. I also feel like the way the water scattered this morning was a bit unnatural. It went out in equal amounts everywhere in a 360-degree radius.
他に何か気づいたことはあったかな。
Sorry, it's just too hard to draw conclusions after seeing it a single time.
いや、それも当然だ。もともと私が無理な頼みをしたんだ。気にしないでくれ。
Well, if you want, I can watch you use it again. A couple more times might be enough for me to figure out something.
それはつまりまた付き合ってくれるということか。
Of course. You're always helping me with stuff, so it's the least I can do.
ありがとう、有原くん。
Anytime. So how do you want to do this? Every morning before school? If you'd rather do it later in the days, we can also do that.
学院に申請すれば認めてもらえるだろうから、他に機会を設けることもできるとは思うが。
Oh, cool. After school is probably the better option then. And if for the location, use water, so the pool.
そうだな。もし有原くんの都合が良ければ 今日の放課後にでも付き合ってもらえないだろうか。
Sure, that sounds great.
本当か？ありがとう、有原くん。
I'm still not sure about this. Our abilities are just so starkly different. Our link values are... link values are, sure, but it's much more than that. I apply my ability to my own body. Hers, however, is applied to her surroundings. So I'd really like to get some other opinions, ideally from people who have abilities that are not non-self-affecting like hers. Ah, I know someone. She has pink hair. Now, who do I know with abilities like that? Only Mitsukasa-san and Mayu-senpai, I guess. Ah, go to the president's room and ask Mitsukasa-san, or go to the lab and ask Mayu-senpai. Go to the president's room and ask Mitsukasa-san. I stand in front of the door of the president's room and give it a few light knocks. A response comes without delay.
どうぞ、空いていますよ。
Hey,
有原くん、どうかした？あ、鍵は閉めてください。その方が気を張らなくて済みますから。
sure thing. The moment I flick the lock, her smile flips upside down and the mask comes off. Oh no.
ごめん、食べながらでもいい？
Oh, go ahead.
有原くんも一つ食べる？
I'm glad you can continue to talk normally while you've got your mouth stuffed in a muffin stuffed in your mouth, I mean. Oh. Thanks, but I already ate.
急にどうしたの？まさか襲撃のことで何か？
No, it's nothing related to that. I just wanted to ask a little favor of you, if that's alright. Oh, and it's a perfectly normal favor, by the way. Don't worry.
おかしなことじゃないでしょうね。
Yujuin-san is having some trouble with her ability. I'll probably summarize the situation and inform her about our planned practice session this afternoon. So yeah, I was wondering if you'd be able to come and help us. If you're busy, that's fine.
そういうわけじゃないけど。
What? Too much of a hassle for you to go?
まあ面倒ではあるけど、別に嫌だと断るほどでもないかな。
Then why not?
別に行くのはいいけど、水着にはならないわよ。あの時みたいなラッキースケベを期待してるなら無駄だから。
No, I wasn't. I wasn't actually. Just come in whatever. All I really want is your opinion.
貸し一つ。
Alright, cool.
けど正直役に立てる気はしないのよね。
Are you talking about the whole abilities are intuitive thing?
それもある。でも二条院さんと私の能力って根本的に違うのよ。二条院さんは水そのものに干渉する能力でしょ？
Right. And I believe yours involved creating a force field? Ah, okay. I think I understand what you mean. Your ability isn't applied to gravity or space per se. You should just create a force.
そういうこと。
Yeah, I can see why that would be different from Nijoin-san's. But it's a heck of a lot more similar to it than mine is. So I'd still appreciate it if you could come.
それでもいいのなら放課後ね。わかった。
Thanks a ton, Mitsukasa-san.
どうせすることもないから。
You've got muffins to eat, I know. Are you getting bored a lot? I know your schedule's basically cleared up entirely since the interviews stopped.
別に困るってことはないわよ。むしろ気が楽なぐらい。取材を受けてる時はゆっくり自分の時間を過ごすこともできなかったんだから。ずーっとダラダラしてただただ無駄な時間を浪費したい。気づいたら翌日だったっていうぐらい眠りたい。
Huh. I didn't know you were this much of a lazybones.
いいでしょう別に。一人の時はこれぐらい気を緩めても。
It's hard to believe those words came from the school's Madonna, but I could certainly relate. Maybe, but technically you aren't by yourself right now, are you?
そこはほら信頼の証ってやつ。
Maybe, I guess. Well, gee, thanks, I'm honored. Out of curiosity, though, what do you do on your free time? Of course, if you don't mind me asking.
何突然。
You said a few seconds ago that you never really had any time to yourself, and you sounded kind of disappointed when you said it. So I was just wondering if maybe you had any hobbies or other things you do for fun.
趣味は特にないわね。
What do you usually do when you have free time then?
それは。
She trails into silence and then awkwardly averts her eyes. Was it really that strange for me to ask? You don't, like, lock the door in here and start doing embarrassing things, do you?
違うわよ。どうしてそんなエッチな想像しかできないわけ？
How do you know my mind was in the gutter? All I said was embarrassing things. That could mean a whole myriad of different things.
若い男の子が想像することなんてエロ以外にあるの？どうせオナニーとかやらしい想像してたんでしょ？でもおあいにくさま言っとくけど私はオナニーなんてしたことないから。
You sure about that? Oh, thanks for the information.
そうよ。まったく。
Ain't no way.
女の子に何言わせてるの？バカじゃないの？
What? You brought it up. I never said shit about masturbation.
じゃあ何を考えてたわけ？違うのなら言えるでしょ？
Well...
やっぱり何かやらしい想像をしてたんだ。
Oh, come on. I was just, imagining you trying out various exercises to get bigger boobs.
こいつ。
This is exactly why I kept my mouth shut.
バストアップの運動なんてこんなところでしない。もっと適切な時と場所を選んで。いやそうじゃなくって、ああまあ。
She still does them. In a fit of rage, she picks up something and thrusts it in my face. Okay.
これ。
And is this a handheld? Oh, so you play games.
ゲームもするけど、ここではもっぱら動画を見てるの。
Videos of what?
猫。
Cats? Like, as in the animal?
そうよ。ノラだったりペットで飼われてたりするあの猫。
Wait, what else could she mean by cats, huh? You like cats?
猫をかぶってる三笠さんにはお似合いだとか思ってんじゃないわよ。
Your persecution complex really seems to be getting worse by the day. But no, that thought never crossed my mind.
ならいいけ
I guess I'll ask it again. Do you like cats?
ど。そうよ。画面越しでも猫を見てると心が満たされるから、一人でよく見てるのよ。
What's so embarrassing about that?
隠してるわけじゃないけど、個人的な情報を公表するのもなんか嫌なの。
Oh, okay. I can easily see her slipping into a real personality if she blabbers too much about those sorts of things. So I can tell why, so I can see why. When you're trying to put up a facade, it's better to just go all the way.
それに何より、猫の動画を見るときはね、誰にも邪魔されず、自由で救われてなきゃダメなのよ。
Bit of a weird rule, but okay. You do you, I guess. I just don't see why you can, how you can spend so much time watching cat videos. Are they that entertaining?
有原くんは犬派？それともそもそも猫が嫌い？
No, I like both cats and dogs. They're cute. But I'm not really obsessed with them, to the point that I'd watch videos of them in my free time.
嘘？なんで？
I, don't really know how to answer that. If it makes you feel any better, I don't watch internet videos much in general. Heck, I barely even watch TV.
もったいない。私なんて可愛い猫の動画を見てるだけで心が満たされるのに。
True.
有原くんの方こそ自分の時間をどうやって過ごしてるの？
A typical day for me involves eating, school, and what else? Sleep? That's pretty much it. Most of my other time was spent on mission. Now that my workload is lessening, though, I'm beginning to realize that I'm an incredibly boring person. Yeah, so honestly, I guess I don't really have any hobbies. Now that it's really starting to set in, I feel miserable. God, I almost want to cry. Maybe I should start watching cat videos myself.
いいんじゃない？見てるだけであっという間に時間が経つから。
Too true, pop off queen. So, where do you go to find your cat videos?
どうやってって普通に U パイプとかで検索すれば？
That is not a good substitute for YouTube. You pipe. Right, yeah, of course. Because pipe and tube, you know, yeah. But pipe has a completely different meaning. If used as a verb. I've never actually gone on YouPipe. Is it easy to find the stuff you want?
そうなの？そんな人初めて見たかも。
I only use my smartphone for calling and texting. If that gives you any idea of how untech savvy I am.
何それ？まるでおじいちゃんみたい。
Yeah, you boomer.
お年寄りでも触れる人は有原くんより触れるわよ。
How's that my fault? I just don't use it.
まさか今時そんな質問する人がクラスメートにいるとは。
Whatever, forget it.
待ってごめんなさい、謝るから。それぐらい教えてあげる。まあ教えるほど大したことはないんだけど。ほらこっちに来て。
I woke up next to Michikasa-san and peered at the screen.
いくらなんでも普通の検索ぐらいできるでしょ。 それと何も変わらないわ。
Ah, it's the YZ Vita, not the PS Vita. Right, yeah.
U パイプのサイトのこの検索ボックスに猫って入れるだけで、ほらたくさん出た。
Cute cat, cat fail cute. Is that cute and something? I can't see that. Oh, I see. That is pretty simple.
今時のサイトはどこも直感的に操作できるようになってるから。サムネの時点でもうかわいい。あとは普通にタップすれば、ほら。
ISA might be bumping up, might be going up on my list.
愛らしい瞳、ふわふわの毛並み。触りたい。
Okay, I was gonna say she's just like me, but those pants at the end, well, kind of. She's really into cats. Damn. She's like straight up in a trance.
知ってる？こんな可愛いのに舌は想像以上にザラザラなの。これは獲物の肉を上手にそぎ取るためのもので、意外と肉食動物らしい部分もあるんだけど、それだけじゃなくて毛づくろいにも役に立つの。
Cool. Didn't know that. I knew that. Why'd I get an achievement for this?
かわいい。
Stop panting! She really goes crazy over cats. This is far worse. This is far, far worse than I ever anticipated. Like, this sounds kind of bad, but it looks like she's high out of her mind or something.
いいな、猫。ほら、お腹丸出して寝てるこの姿。
You know what? I get why she watches these alone.
飼い主の真似をして手をパタパタさせてるところも、かわゆすぎる。
Well, she was certainly not exaggerating. I fully believe that cat videos have the power to soothe her heart. The effects are right here for me to see. I think it's doing I think it's doing something else other than soothing the mind. Damn though. They sure seem to be soothing her mentally, but they're doing a number on her respiratory system. She really didn't take a hit of acid before I came here, did she? Look, I agree that cats are cute. The kitten in that video especially so. The way she's waving her paws is downright adorable. But personally, I'm much more captivated by the person watching this video.
もうこんな生意気顔してるくせに。
Ow. Watching the bliss and ecstasy take over Mitsukasa-san's facial expressions is much more fun. Why don't you get a cat? Oh, right. You can't keep cats in the dorms.
少なくともこの学院を卒業するまでは無理だと思ってる。それに実際に飼うとなると私には無理かも。
Oh, why's that? Too much time and effort to take care of it?
ペットを飼うなら面倒を見る覚悟が必要なことぐらい分かってる。そうじゃなくて、私猫に嫌われるタイプなの。
What? All cats?
そう、全然懐いてくれない。なんでだろう。
And you're sure you're not just imagining it?
この学院に野良猫が住み着いてるんだけど、知っ ってる？
Yeah, the school mascot. Oh yeah, I think I saw it. I saw it once.
たまにあの子に触れさせてもらおうとするんだけど、絶対に逃げられるのよ。
I think I see why I think I know why the cat doesn't like you.
他の人には自ら寄っていって、その足に体をこすりつけたりもしてるくせに。
Yeah, I see. You're probably a bit overbearing. When it comes to cats.
ああ、一度でいいから、もふもふさせてほしい。
Maybe you're unintentionally scaring it.
そんなつもりはないんだけど、柑橘系の香水をつけてるわけでもないし、驚かせるようなこともしてないし、近づくときはゆっくり動いてる。あ、もちろん目と目を合わせすぎないように気をつけてもいるのに。
Wait, when did you learn this? It's not make eye contact. It's to do slow blinks when you make eye contact. Did you do something to piss her off? Like maybe touching her in the wrong place or something?
してないわよ。そもそも何かできるほど近づいたこともないんだから。
Maybe you're emitting some kind of, like, electromagnetic wave via your ability that irritates cats.
それはないわね。猫がアストラルを嫌うなんて話は聞いたことない。それに私は電気系の能力ってわけでもないんだから。
No, I say. Cats have pretty high senses. They have pretty sharp senses. Right. So where does that leave us? Maybe you're just scary.
やっぱりそうなのかな。
Huh? I thought for sure she'd snap, but all she really does is slump her shoulders and sink into a depressive slump.
私知らない間に威圧しちゃってるのかな。もしそうなら一生触れないのかも。そんな人生想像しただけでも辛い。
Wow. She's seriously on the verge of tears. I really didn't think it was causing her this much anguish. Not all cats are the same, Mitsukasa-san. It's the same way with humans. I'm positive not all are scared of you. And heck, we don't even know that that Stray's running away because she's scared of you. Don't worry, just believe. You will be able to pet a kitty someday.
そうだといいな。
See, I don't have that issue. I'm sure you'll feel better if you watch some more videos. Here, look at this, that kitty. Isn't she so cute?
かわいい。
Look, at least she ain't allergic to cats, like a lot of cat lovers are. That was too easy.
今日は私のためにありがとう。
Hold off on the thanks for now. We still don't know if we'll be able to help any, if at all.
だとしても私のために真剣に考えて時間を割いてくれることが嬉しいんだ。だから本当にありがとう。
Hey, no need. You've helped me out plenty, but this is my way of saying thank you.
困った時はお互い様ですから。コントロールに関することなら今後の研究にも役立つ可能性は高いからウィンウィンの関係だよ。と言っても私もどこまで力になれるかは分かりませんけど。
Oh, of course. I don't know. I was a bit confused why Mayu Senpai was here, but they wouldn't have made two completely different scenarios where one has ISA but not Mayu, and the other has Mayu but not ISA, so you gotta have both. but they're not going to explain why they both are there, right?
その気持ちが嬉しいんだ。
On that note, Ijuin-san was granted permission from the school for today's practice session. They readily approved when she said it was to practice her ability control. And considering that having water nearby is quintessential for her ability, they also permitted us to use the pool. Man, and we got the whole pool area to ourselves. I thought for sure there'd be other people here.
ここには水泳部みたいなプールを必要とする部活はないからな。
Which is great for us, since we don't have to worry about bothering people. Let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready, Nijo-in-san?
ああ、
She walks to the poolside, closes her eyes, and starts to focus. Then, without a moment's delay, I feel that same peculiar sensation I felt this morning. Water is amassing around Nijo-in-san. Then, once she's accumulated a sufficient amount, she reopens her eyes. Nothing is any different. A small percentage of the water still shot out in every which way, every which direction.
やっぱりダメか。でも水流はちゃんと前に行ってるわけですから。それに空気中からではなく水をそのまま操作する場合はそんな風には飛び散らないんですよね。そうだな。水を集めるのとその水の操作を連続して行わなければこんな風にはならない。
How does your ability work, Mitsukasa-san?
私ですか？
Is there anything in particular you try not to do when you create an attractive field with a repulsive force? Or an attractive force with a repulsive force. Okay, I can't talk apparently.
ごめんなさい。アドバイスできるようなことは特にはないと思います。例えるなら手で何かを押したり引いたりを繰り返す、そんな感じでしょうか。切り替えに少し手間取ることはあっても扱いきれないことはありません。そうか、残念だ。やはり私のコントロールが甘いということなんだろうな。はあ、決めつけるのは早計だと思いますが、二条院さんの場合能力を使用するときはどんな感じなんですか？私の場合はそうだな、片方のスイッチをオフにしてもう片方をオンにするような、出力の調整ではなく完全に切り替えるということですか
？You can't mentally do both with the same function?
それはちょっと難しいな。それは変化させたアストラルをさらに変化させることはできないからだろうね。どういうことです？いいかい？能力者はアストラルの状態を変化させることで超常的な現象を引き起こす。でも変化させられるのはニュートラル状態のアストラルだけなのさ。
So if I've got this right, she has to link twice to her, for her ability. Once when accumulating the water, and again when moving it. Clarify her ability as water manipulation ability. But not all the possible manipulations are the same. But wait, wouldn't that mean...
そっか。何か分かったんですか？
Well, this is just a theory. But it might be that her control isn't the issue. The two types of Astrans are just creating an interference with one another.
その可能性は高いと思うよ。すみません。もう少し詳しくお願いできますか？二条院さんは最初に周囲の空気から水分を取り出すようにアストラルを変化させる。仮にこのアストラルが二条院さんの体を中心にして球状に広がっていくとしよう。はい。集めた水の操作をするために別のアストラルを変化させる必要がある。この時二条院さんの周囲には水を集めるのと水を操るの2種類のアストラルが存在することにならない？そうなりますね。水を集めるアストラルが周囲に残っているせいで操作している水すら無理やり引き寄せる。だから一部の水が飛び散るわけで、いくら範囲を狭めても周囲のアストラルの干渉がなくなるわけじゃない。範囲を狭めるのではなく限定させることに意味があるんじゃないかと。おや、もしかして分かりづらかったかな。私こういう時にすぐ早口になっちゃうから。いえ、そんなことはありません。十分分かりやすかったです。黙っていたのは単純に目から鱗が落ちたからです。そうか、アストラル同士の干渉か。それなら水を集める空間を限定すれば干渉は起きないかもしれませんね。
I guess the best places would be above her head or behind her.
まあまだ仮説の段階だから間違っている可能性の方も高いんだけど。だが闇雲に試すよりも価値はあります。と言っても空間を限定するなんて器用な真似できるかどうかあまり自信はないですが、とにかくやってみます。
She then turns to the pool again and focuses her ability on it.
想像以上に難しいな。空間の限定はどうしても意識が全体的に広がってしまうような感じが。そこら辺はあくまで個人の感覚だから。
You probably need to focus your consciousness on the area you want to accumulate. But the tricky question is how.
慣れるまではその空間を視界に収めてみるのはどうですか？規模もある程度小さくしてなるべく制御に集中してみた方がいいよ。なるほど。
She directs her gaze upwards to the ceiling and continues. Water is beginning to accumulate around her, albeit in tiny amounts. The sensation itself I've always felt when she uses her ability is also significantly absent. Oh. Once she gathers around half the volume of her previous attempt, she looks straight in front of her. Oh. Some of the water bullets forward. Some of it also scatters, but not uniformly in all directions. A tiny amount was drawn upward. That's it. Quite different from the phenomenon from before.
やはり難しいな。でも明らかに飛び散る水の量は減ったと思います。
Well, we figured out the problem. So now she can practice just like that.
それに全体的に飛び散るんじゃなくあくまで上に吸い寄せられてただけだよ。
Yeah, that's good.
そんな風に見えたか？私の思い込みや勘違いではなく？
はい、見えました。嘘じゃないよ。最初の時とは全然違う。
そっか。見間違いや気のせいじゃないのか。
Congrats, Nijoin-san. You did it.
あ、いや、まだまだだ。もっと鍛錬を積んでしっかりコントロールしないと。
But she can't hide her inner feelings.
今後も練習あるのみだな。
The corners of her lips curve into a most natural smile.
これでちゃんと力を使うことができれば、もうスプリンクラーなんて呼ばせないぞ。希望が見えた。これからも鍛錬を続けて制御してみせるぞ。
Hooray.
いや、気を抜くのは良くないな。しっかりしないと。
I mean, I understand the importance of not letting yourself get complacent, but still. You can still be happy after you accomplish something that nobody's gonna tell you you can't. Wait. You can still be happy after you accomplish something. Nobody's gonna tell you you can't.
そうですね。素直に喜びを表に出していいと思いますよ。
それは、いや、しかし。
ちゃんと喜びをあらわにしておいた方が明日から頑張れるんじゃない？
You heard them, so smile.
そういうものか。いや、そういうものかもしれないな。3人がいてくれたから見えた希望だ。それなら今日はそのアドバイスに従わせてもらおうかな。やった、やった、やったー。
Ijuin-san hops up and down, elated like a small child. Must have been rough on her having endured all those teasing comments and nicknames. Reminds me of a certain something, actually.
みんなの協力のおかげだ。本当にありがとう。
いえ、そんな、私は役に立ててませんから。あれは話の流れでふと思ったことさ。三笠さんがいなかったらきっと気づけなかったよ。
I agree.
やはりみんながいてくれたからということだ。感謝してもしきれない。このお礼はいつか必ず。
No, it's fine. You don't have to do anything.
私のことも気にしないでいいよ。今回の結果は研究に役立ちそうだから。私も必要ありません。友達の力になれたのならそれだけで幸せです。何か？
Nope. Damn. I know it's bad. But now that I know the real Mitsukasa-san, everything she says is in the middle, in this mode sounds fake to me.
今日は本当にありがとう。
You've thanked us enough now.
二条院さんの気持ちは伝わってます。もう十分すぎるぐらいです。そうだよ。本当に気にしないでいいから。
私としては感謝してもしきれないんだが、いや、わかった。 しつこくして困らせても仕方ないしな。ただ頼みがある。
Sure, what do you need?
ちゃんとコントロールできるようになったら、その時にはまたみんなに見てほしいんだ。そういうことならもちろん構いませんよ。お待ちしてます。
いつでも付き合うよ。
I'm sure you'll get there before you know it.
あ
A little bit later, we're approached by a man as we're on our way to the dorm.
お嬢ちゃん、
警備のおじさん、こんな時間にどうしたんです？
ああ、セキュリティのチェックだ。ようやく機材が整ったから体制を強化したんだ。今はそのチェックの最中なんだよ。
そうなんですか。それじゃあ私はお役ごめんですか？
そんな気になる言い方をしないでくれよ。お嬢ちゃんが悪いとか問題があったわけじゃないんだから。これが本来の形なんだぞ。
でも残念です。
誰かの役に立つってやつかい？それは大人になってからでいいじゃないか。お嬢ちゃんは学生なんだから、今は青春を送って卒業したら存分に役立てればいい。
わかりました。
今まで悪かったな。夜に付き合わせてしっかり寝るんだぞ。
はい、ありがとうございます。
今のは
After finishing, the security guy takes his leave.
今のは
警備の方です。例の侵入者の後、セキュリティを強化するまでの間、私が手伝っていたんです。すみません、私のせいで。何を言うんだ。三笠さんは被害者じゃないか。何も悪くない。それに警備の仕事をするのは私が望んだことでもある。気にしないでくれ。
So those water threads of hers won't be lying around anymore. Moving around at night has all of a sudden become a lot easier. I'll still need to scout out all the new security systems first. I guess I'll pass along the info to Nanami and have her look into it.
リドルジョーカ
そうか。年相応の学生生活を過ごしているようで何よりだ。なんだかお前の目が生き生きとキラキラしてきた気さえするぞ。
Yeah, that's what happens when you actually get to live a normal school life. Well, I'm living a pretty healthy lifestyle over here.
そこに関しては親としては恥ずかしいと思ってはいる。本当にすまないな。
It's fine. I was the one who chose to. But yeah, that concludes my report. There are no major problems at the present. I'm living just like any average school student.
うん。ちなみに、その生活は楽しいか？
Guess I do enjoy myself a fair bit.
そうか。そいつは何より。ああ、本心からそう思っている。
Well, I can't relax too much. That would be bad. You've got a mission for us, right?
すまんが任務だ。
Hearing that, I immediately get serious. You want us to check something in the AIMS database?
鎌倉久人、飛鳥井環奈。
Not another pair.
この二人について調べてほしい。
When do you want the info by?
のんびりされると困るが、期限を設けるつもりはない。セキュリティ体制の変更も終了したんだろ。こっちで調べる限りでは、防犯カメラやセンサーが新しく搬入されていたようだが。
Right. I believe we've eliminated most of the camera's blind spots. Now. So, we'll have to be a lot more careful sneaking around.
しっかり調べ上げて安全に動ける状態を作れ。調査はそれからで問題ない。潜入の事実に気づかれないように、まずはそれを第一に考えてくれ。調べる相手の名前はちゃんと覚えたな。
Yep. Kamakura Hisato and Musakai Kana.
二人の所在、所属、今どこにいるかヒントになりそうなものを調べてほしい。
Copy that.
例のカードキーはなくしてはないだろうな。
Of course. He's referring to the one infused with Mayu-senpai's astrons. As you may recall, we used a memory fiber gel sheet to fool the sensor when we first broke into her lab. After that, we sent the sheet to ASFD before the astrons could dissipate. They then analyzed it and produced a keycard. Thanks to that, we no longer have to stick memory fiber directly to Mayu-senpai. Words can't express how glad I am. Yep. We only went through that process once, and that was already hell enough. Having to do that every single time we want to check the database. God, I have a headache just thinking about it. We'll get the info to you soon.
頼んだぞ。
I end the call and swap the special SIM card for my normal one. Alright, time for breakfast. Kyohei, you gotta stop being hungry here. The bell chimes and Kyohei's stomach cries. Then, as he always does when lunch comes, he staggers over to my desk.
お昼食べに行こうよ。
Sure.
今日はどこの寮で食べようか。
The one we always go to? How about something different today? How about we do something different today? I'm kind of feeling somewhere different today.
そっか。じゃあどこがいいかな。
You're coming with me? You don't have to, you know. I know none of the other dorms serve enough food to fill you.
何を寂しいこと言ってるんだ。そんな変な気遣いいらないから。サトルって友達少ない方でしょ。
Well, not really. That does... what does that have to do with, this though?
大ありだよ。そうやって遠慮されるとこっちも遠慮しちゃって距離を作っちゃうじゃないか。もちろんご利用しは良くないけどね。そこまで遠慮されると友達としては悲しい。というかもしかして友達って思ってるのは僕だけ？
Yeah, sorry. I don't see you as a friend, Kyohei. Look, you look, never mind. No, you aren't. You've made my transition to life here a lot easier, so I consider you a good friend.
よかった。友達同士なら変な遠慮はしない。ね?
Okay then. A different dorm it is.
ああ。にしてもどこに行こうかな。
I'm just trying to eat some good food. But that doesn't help because they all probably have good food.
基本的にはメニューなんかで差があるだけで味はどこでも満足できるはずさ。
Okay then. In that case.
先輩!
Oh, is that... Mibu? Kyohei and I turned around to find Mibu-san waving her hand at us. Yeah, I knew it. And Nanami standing next to her. I remembered the voice.
こんにちは。
こんにちは。二人もこれから昼食会？
真面目に授業を受けてたらお腹空いちゃって、もうペコペコですよ。
Where do you guys usually eat, Nanami?
よく行くのは第4寮だよ。バゲットがすごく美味しいの。外はしっかり、中はもちもち。噛むたびに味わいが広がって、香りもよくって、癖になっちゃうぐらい。
Wow, that's some high praise there.
サトルくんはいつもどこで食べてるの？
Dorm 3, pretty much every day.
ああ、男の人ですもんね。やっぱり量がある方が嬉しいですよね。
No, it's just Kyohei. He literally eats twice as much as everyone in the dorm combined. Kyohei is me, not so much. Get this. He'll order multiple extra large meals and scarf those things down like they're nothing. Anything less and he won't be full.
特盛りを？それはすごい。
He gets extra large. 2 extra larges, actually.
みんなそうやって驚くけど、男ならあれぐらいは誰だって食べられるよ。
Bro, you could literally be a competitive eater without breaking a sweat. And a lot of those people are guys.
じゃあ、今日も第3寮で食べるの？
Well, we were actually thinking of trying someplace new today.
どこに行くかはまだ決めてないんだけどね。
それじゃあ、私たちと一緒に食べます？
Yes, because I'm doing Nanami's route.
第4寮か。そうだね。たまにはそれもありかも。あそこは女の子が多いから、その雰囲気のせいか男だけだとなかなか入りづらいんだよね。
Sweet. I guess we're eating with them.
ななみちゃんもいい？僕らが一緒でも。
はい、大丈夫です。
ありがとう。
A 4-person group then walks in the direction of Dorm 4. I walk next to Nanami and lean in to talk with her. You're really changing, you know.
何が？
You didn't get too flustered when Kyohei asked you about coming along. Looks like you're getting over your shyness some. I can tell you were a bit nervous, but you're making progress. And as your big brother, I'm proud of you.
何それ？失礼なこと言わないでくれないかな。私の人見知りがそう簡単に治るわけないよ。あまり侮らないでくれる？
What is this formatting? It runs I slash I don't remember what it was. I think it's greater than, less than, or it's less than, greater than, lot, less than, I slash greater than. Or it's the other way around. You sound like you're proud of that or something.
それよりも、
She leans in closer and lowers her voice to a whisper.
変更されたセキュリティのことなんだけど。あ
You found something?
あ、違うよ。その逆。私が調べられる範疇では、特に変わった様子はなさそう。多少センサーが増えたりもしてるみたいだけど、後者の方は別段強化されてなさそう。
Great for us.
サトルくんの方は何か分かった？
Pretty much, yeah. There are a tad more security cameras, but that won't be an issue. I think they're mainly trying to prevent outsiders from getting in.
それならすぐにでも動けそうかな。
We don't want to get too impatient, but yeah, tonight should work.
わかった。それじゃあ私も準備しておくね。
I'll run another, more thorough check of the security, and then after that we can decide for certain if we want to. But we can worry about that later. Let's just relax and enjoy our lunch break for now.
うん。
This is my first time visiting the Storm's canteen, but it looks almost identical to the others. I guess that's on purpose. The design is nothing new, but the menu on the other hand is strikingly different. They serve things like pasta and gillo. I don't know how to say that. This place almost feels like it's feels like a fancy restaurant than a school cafeteria. I can see why girls prefer the Storm's canteen. That being said, they still do have some more meaty options like hamburg steak. That's what I got. The side it came with was none other than one of the legendary baguettes that Nanami said was to die for. Oh, this is really good. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. There's a nice flavorful wheat taste to it. This might be the best baguette I've ever eaten.
確かに美味しいんだけどね。スオ先輩は何かご不満が？
No, the problem is he doesn't care about how the food tastes. He only cares about how much food he can eat. Probably not enough for him.
それもあるけど、味付けかな。僕はガツンとパンチのある味が好きだから。
Ah, right, yeah. You don't like the subtle flavors.
ああ、不満ってわけじゃないよ。美味しいし、普段来づらいから誘ってくれて嬉しかった。
Is bro trying to compensate by trying to act more manly than he looks?
それならよかったです。
Because of his looks, you know?
サトルくんはこの量だといつもより少ないと思うけど、少し足りないんじゃない？
Yeah, I guess. I have a little bit of room left in my stomach, but not even to order more.
しょうがないな。私が分けてあげる。空腹で授業に集中できなくなると困るしね。
Oh.
あーん。どうかした？まだ足りないんでしょ？遠慮なんてしなくていいよ。
She tilts her head quizzically. On the fork she's holding out to me is a piece of celery from the salad that came with her meal. Nanami, please. You're just trying to get rid of the vegetables you won't eat, aren't you?
何言ってるの、サトルくん。兄に対する妹の気持ちを疑るなんてよくないよ。
Look, I know you, Nanami. You hate celery. Just eat it, okay? It won't kill you.
どうしてもあの味も匂いも好きになれないんだもん。
Wait, what do you mean? Bro, celery is just a stick of water. Celery is 90% water.
でも残すのも申し訳ないから。
That's not an excuse to use someone else's mouth as your garbage disposal.
お兄ちゃん。
He stares at me like an abandoned puppy in the rain. Fine. But I'm because you're my sister. Yeah, right. But it's because you're my sister and I love you.
ありがとう。はい。あーん。
Tastes like it was pickled in vinegar. That might also be why she probably doesn't like the taste. Why can't she eat this? It's not bitter. In fact, it's really good. Why are you staring at me like that?
ちょろいな。
Huh?
先輩ってななみちゃんにダダーマなんですね。
まさかサトルがシスコンだったとは。
How dare you say that? What's so sinful about loving your sister? Especially when they're not blood related.
いやー、今のは完全にシスコンだったよ。
ののみちゃんもあんな態度を取りながらも兄弟二人きりの時はあんな風に甘えてるんだね。違うもん。二人きりだってあんな風に甘えてるわけじゃないもん。今のだって甘えたわけじゃなくて、私がサトルくんを手のひらの上でコロコロ転がしてただけだもん。
Oh, of course.
そんな風には見えなかったけどな。なんか甘え慣れてる感じがしたよ。そんなことないもん。もうサトルくんのバカ、すごく恥ずかしいところ見られちゃったじゃない。
Are you sure about that? I think your own actions are what they're teasing you about. If anyone's a victim here, it's me. You dragged me into this mess and now I'm getting slandered and called a siscon. I mean, they're completely right, but I don't want to admit it.
いや、言っておくけど、サトルくんはシスコン扱いされても仕方ないからね。たまに私もこの人キモいなーって本気で思ってるからね。
What? I always thought she was just joking. This really hurts.
でも本当に仲がいい。いつもそんな風に嫌いなものをお兄ちゃんに食べてもらってたのかな。そんなことしてないよ。嫌いなものが食卓に並ぶことなんてないんだから。
For good reason. You always cooked and why would you put in stuff you don't like?
そうなの？ななみちゃんが？
That and pretty much everything else. Cleaning, laundry, you name it.
じゃあ、ななみちゃんは料理上手なんだ。特に上手ってほどでもないけど。
Don't listen to her. She's a master chef, straight up. She can cook better food than your average restaurant.
ちょっとサトルくん。
何か得意料理とかあるの？もしくはサトルが一番好きな料理とか。
Everything she makes is beyond exquisite. And she does... and she also does housework better than any professional housekeeper. She'd be the dream wife of any man, but she's mine right now, so I'm not letting her go anytime soon. Bro, how can you sound even more like a siscon?
サトルくん。キモいよ。そういうところがシスコンっぽいって言ってるの。
Literally what I said. Ouch, that stung. You did this to yourself, Satoru. I can't help you
で
there.
もそこまで褒めてもらえるなんてすごいと思うな。
She's a great cook now, but boy, you should have seen how bad she was at first. Burning stuff to a crisp, taking it out half raw at other times, making miso soup but forgetting to prepare the broth, using way too much water when cooking rice, the list goes on.
へえ、そこから頑張って努力したんだね。
それは だって失敗しててもサトルくんは全部食べちゃうんです。
Yeah, Satoru was suffering for like a year.
一回半生のものを平らげてお腹を壊しちゃったこともあったので。
Gave himself salmonella. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a disaster.
上達せざるを得なかったわけか。
つまりお兄さんへの愛が料理の腕を上達させたんだね。
Yeah, see, Satoru may be a Siscon, but Nanami's a Brocon.
そんなのじゃないってば。兄弟なのに愛とか普通にキモいから。おやおや、私が言ってるのは家族愛だよ。ななみちゃんってば一体何を想像しちゃったの？別に私は何も想像なんてしてないもん。ちさきちゃんの意地悪。
Of course.
ごめんもう意地悪しないってば。謝るから機会があったらななみちゃんの料理を食べさせてね。何を食べたいかちゃんと指定してくれるなら。ありがとうななみちゃん。苦しいよちさきちゃん。
He maybe was so overcome with joy that she latched onto Nanami and gave her a big ol' hug. Despite the awkward expression on Nanami's face, she seems to be fine with it. She's a shy girl, but by no means is she antisocial. She can get pretty lonely at times, so honestly I'm relieved that she has such an outgoing person like Mibu-san as her to be her friend.
その時はぜひ僕にも声をかけてほしいな。興味ある。
なんだかハードルがすっごく高くなってる気がする。そういうのは苦手だな。
Just cook like you always do, and you'll be fine.
そうだといいけど。もしご飯作ったらサトルくんも食べたい？
Sure, why not? It's been a while since I've had your home cooking, so make sure to invite me whenever this happens.
そっか。仕方ないな。サトルくんがそんなに言うなら食べさせてあげないこともないよ。
Oh, thanks. But before that, we've got a job to do. Now that I'm changed into SFD uniform, I can check how my body's holding up. I feel no pain anywhere. My ability, yep, it's working properly. I won't have any issues with it during the mission. I checked the camera locations during lunch and found a safe, secure route. Oh, and I got the Astron Authority key with me. Couldn't forget that.
確認したけど、ネットワーク上のセキュリティも強化された様子はないよ。
Sweet. So as long as we don't get caught by the security guys, this'll be a cinch. It's never that simple. I held up the card key up to the sensor. The sensor responds a little quicker this time compared to last time, when we used the fiber sheet. I hear the noise of the door unlocking within a fraction of a second.
よかった。ちゃんとカードキーが使えるみたいで。前回みたいにシートでアストラルをコピーするなんてことになったらどうしようかと。
You and me both. I hope I never have to go through that nightmare again.
兄弟揃って学生生活が終了しなくてよかったね。
Well, yours is I didn't have to do anything like that. I know, right? So yeah, what about the Ames database? Anything changed since last time?
ちょっと待ってね。大丈夫。エイムスのセキュリティも変わってないみたい。これなら前みたいにすぐ調べられそう。
Great, work your magic.
名前は鎌倉久人で合ってるよね。
Mm-hmm. The other's Asukai Kana. I walk over to the window and see if anything's going on outside. Nope, not a single sign of movement. Doesn't seem like we've been noticed, and no intruders either, like last time.
出たよ、サトルくん。でもこれ
Does something stand out?
見る限りは特に前科があるわけでもないし、警察にマークされてるわけでもないし、鎌倉さんはライトレールの整備士で、アスカイさんはネイリスト。二人とも能力を生かして鷲津研究都市で働いてたみたい。
Where are they now, and what are they doing?
それがわからない。調べられないんだよ。
What? How's that possible?
行方不明になってる。
They're missing? Not just one, but both?
二人とも行方不明。
Can you look for any other information on them? I don't care if it's minor. Just anything that might clue us in on what happened to them.
了解。
Both of the astrals we were told to investigate are missing. And somehow, I don't think it's a coincidence.
リドルジョーカー。